Bem, está na altura de falar com o grande Brandon Sanderson. Bora.
Vai lá.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Now you know why I'm here and not Rita, right?
Right.
She just said Brand Singer.
Yeah.
Have you heard it?
I wish I were Bryan Singer. Yeah.
Yeah. We are talking about reading minds today. Do you have someone who really would like to read the mind?
Oh, I would love to be able to read minds, but at the same time, I've read lots of stories where that does not go very well. So if someone offered me, I think I might say
You might
no.
refuse.
Yeah, I might refuse.
Well, I gotta say, welcome to Portugal, of course, because it's your first time here, right?
It is, yes.
How long are you staying?
I'm only 1 day.
1 day?
I got in last night, yes, and I leave tomorrow morning.
Okay, so pastéis de nata, what else?
What's that? So,
Pastel de nata, not yet?
not yet.
Oh, you gotta do that fast.
No. Okay, yeah, oh.
It's our best bakery.
Oh, okay, okay.
You like it?
I've heard that your desserts are fantastic.
Yeah.
Everyone tells me, yeah.
So you didn't visit anything at all?
I walked a little bit down the street, the Street of Liberty.
Yeah.
And so I saw some things on there, but really, come in, do a book signing, fly out this time.
Yeah.
They told me I need next time to spend much more time here.
Oh, at least a year.
Yeah. Oh.
At least.
Yeah. A quick trip.
Yeah,
yes,
quick
a
trip.
Little visit.
Everything in Portugal is very relaxed, so you got to do this very slowly. I've got to ask you, you've been in an European tour.
Yes.
You came from Spain right now?
Yes.
I've heard it was a little bit crazy, right?
It was a little bit crazy. It was my biggest signing in Europe so far. I was there for almost 6 hours signing books. So.
Where else have you been besides?
I was in Italy before that. Do you know the Lucca Festival? It's a comics and games festival in Lucca, Italy. And I was in Rome and I was in Paris.
That's cool. You have in your book signing,
Yeah.
you have people dressed in one of your characters sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're like a moving Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Because people
Yeah.
are coming to you with
Dressed
characters.
up in costumes.
How is that like?
Oh, it's so cool, but it's also a little bit weird, right? I mean, I grew up reading these books by my favorite authors, and now to be there and people dressing up like my characters, part of me is like, I'm not worthy, right? I don't deserve this.
Oh, that's so
but
cool.
At the same time, it's just amazing.
Let me just translate a little bit.
Yeah.
Eu estava a falar com o Brandon Sanderson, que está pela primeira vez em Portugal. Ainda não provou pastéis de nata, só tem um dia, mas vocês vão ter de tratar disso aí atrás. E estava-me a dizer que esteve em Itália, que esteve em Paris. Espanha foi uma das maiores book signings. Como é que eu digo isto? Book signing. Uma sessão de autógrafos, exato. Que já esteve na Europa. Estavam cerca de 600 pessoas, teve mais de 6 horas a autografar livros. E há pessoas que vão ter com ele regularmente vestidas de personagens dos seus livros. Ele diz até que nem sequer merece, porque teve a vida inteira a ler outras personagens também de outros autores favoritos e que fica muito honrado quando isto acontece. So we gotta talk about your books, and you don't have time to read.
Oh, I do. I do.
You do have?
Yeah.
And travel?
I try to read on the planes as I'm traveling.
Okay.
I mean, if I don't read, that's like a doctor not paying attention to what other doctors are learning. They're no, I learned how to do brain surgery in the 70s. I'm good.
Yeah,
I've got
I
to
read
read.
once about it.
Yeah. I've got to read what the new writers are writing. Otherwise, they're going to show me up.
Yeah, that's cool. In your website, you keep tabs about how your work is going.
Yes.
Do you feel the pressure to keep writing and writing more?
Yes.
Because you just did this,
Yeah,
all this.
They're big. Very big
They're
books.
big.
You know, I grew up reading fantasy books, and back in the day before the internet, you never knew when someone was going to be done. We still don't know when George R. R. Martin is going to be done. And so I feel like putting a little percentage bar that shows how far I am is very good for the fans.
Even for drafts, everything.
Yeah, I put it all up so they know when it's coming.
Yeah.
Because I got really frustrated waiting for my favorite books. So.
That's cool. I've got to tell you this. My wife is a huge fan of yours, of your work, and fortunately for us, for you and me, for your life, you're in danger. If she was here, she's working right now. So she said she really wants to ask you some questions, and I have my wife in this video, I think, to ask you a question.
Excellent.
Would you
Hi,
mind
Brandon.
to? Would you mind to?
I'm a huge fan of your work. You co-wrote the last volumes of The Wheel of Time. How was the experience of developing a project that already had such a monumental backstory?
Wow, that's a good question. For those who don't know, I finished a book series for an author who passed away in 2007.
You were chosen by his wife,
I was
right?
chosen by his wife. And these are very famous books worldwide. They have maybe 50 million copies in print at the time, and even more now. So it was a little bit like becoming stepdad to 50 million people. So it was very intimidating. But I had started reading these books when I was 15. Robert Jordan, even though I'd never met him, he was like a mentor to me because I had read and studied his books. So it was the ultimate honor. It was an amazing honor, but at the same time, it was absolutely terrifying.
I guess so. You were under pressure, right?
Yeah,
about
there
all
were
that fans.
some pretty big pressure.
Oh, they reacted?
They reacted very well. The books were very well received. Well, at first, they were very skeptical. They're like, who is this
Who's
guy?
Brandon Sanderson?
Sanderson.
Dear internet,
Yeah,
who's Brandon Sanderson?
yeah. That day, I think I got something like 20,000 emails or something like that. It
Whoa.
was just crazy. Who is this? Why are you doing this? But I released the books, they were very pleased with them. So,
that's so cool.
Nobody burned my house down. Nobody found me.
You're still here.
Yes, but they did when I got it. I got the most polite death threats ever because they really wanted the books to be good, but they were very scared. So a lot of those emails were things like, I'm in your corner, I believe in you, but if you screw this up, I will kill you. They were very nice
But
death
please
threats.
try.
Yes, exactly.
Try first.
Try first.
Let me just translate a little bit. O Brandon, bem, eu tive que contar que a minha mulher é uma grande fã do Brandon e de todos os seus livros, e ele teve o prazer de continuar uma saga de livros cujo autor morreu, e ele foi escolhido pela mulher desse autor para continuar esses livros. Ele era fã desde os 14, 15 anos que lia esses livros e estava muito intimidado com o facto de ter continuar uma saga tão importante como a saga do Wheel of Time, ou a Roda do Tempo em português, e que recebeu cerca de 50 mil e-mails rapidamente, milhares de fãs a darem-lhe, por um lado, a pressionarem para que aquilo fosse mesmo bom, mas por outro lado, a intimidá-lo de se isto não correr bem, vais ter problemas. Mas primeiro tenta. Well, let's go to the second question, please.
Yeah.
My wife's question. This is her interview.
In the Stormlight archives, some characters can fight while switching their gravity pulls. This was one of the most cinematic things I've ever read. Would you consider adapting your books to the big screen?
Excellent question.
She's so happy right now.
We actually last week signed a movie deal for
cool.
my books. It was
Which one?
For all of them.
All?
All of them together, like the Marvel universe. My books, many of them are very connected, and so a company bought the rights to all of them with the hope of doing this one, Mistborn, and the one that she really likes, Stormlight, are the first ones they're doing screenplays for. And so we're very excited. But who knows? It's Hollywood. Some things take a long time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
so.
I would ask you if you were gonna have a bar.
Oh,
for
yeah.
that too, like 10%.
I ought to ask them. But what I really want to do is I want to have cameos like Stan Lee, but I want my cameos to be me dying, because as revenge for all the characters I've killed, I will die in every movie in a different way.
Oh, that's so cool. Nice to hear that. Nice to hear. Let's go to the third and last question of my wife's interview again.
Some of your characters have a strong moral ambiguity and might do the wrong thing with good intentions in mind. Do you enjoy exploring the darker side of your characters?
Oh, this is the most fun that you can have as a writer, is having a good person make a bad decision, or have a person have two decisions, choose between two choices that are equally bad, because we really get at the heart of what it is to be human when we are forced to make decisions like this. So I like exploring morality by looking at each character, even the villains, as
Especially
being,
the villains,
yes,
I think.
as being heroes in their own head.
Yeah.
Most people are not villains in their head. They see themselves as the
As a
hero.
good person, yeah.
And this is a lot of fun as a writer because it lets us explore what it means to be human.
Yeah, that makes me think about Neil Gaiman, because he keeps a blog where he posts cat photos and his own photos of in his pyjama to prove that he's not like his characters.
Yeah.
Do you feel that pressure from your fans or people who read your books?
Each of my characters has a little bit of me in them, but also something wildly different from myself.
Okay.
I did get a question just on this tour where people said, you do some really twisted things sometimes in your books, your characters sometimes. Are you like this? And how do you respond to that, right? Of course not, but...
Would you kill someone,
Yeah,
too,
would you
in
kill
real life?
someone? No. But we write to explore what it is to be human, and in books we can put extreme things, whether it's manipulating gravity or whether it's someone who's forced into a bad situation and makes a bad choice. We do this because it allows us to explore things that we can't do in real life.
Yeah, of course. I've got to ask you this. I know it's a cliche question, but you have such a... You create worlds in your books, worlds with new vocabulary, everything new from zero. How does the inspiration comes from all of this?
I would credit a lot of the authors that I read growing up that helped me, to be able to imagine this. Fantasy books.
Yeah.
Fantasy books are the genre of imagination, but I think there's something inside of every person that wants to explore, to go a new place. And fantasy books kind of expand our imagination. I feel that the ones that I read when I was younger gave me a lot more imagination. And that's why I can write what I write, is because, not because of me, because of great writers I've read.
Yeah, because that's so cool that you're alone at home. I imagine you're alone at home, writing the huge thing in front of you, and you do this on your computer. Oh, it's nothing. I'm cool, yeah. It's so fun.
Sometimes, when I was writing The Wheel of Time, one time I wrote, and then the world ended. Yeah, just for fun, I wrote the world ending. Then I deleted it and wrote the real scene. But it was very fun to sometimes you get to feel like you have so much power for a few minutes. But then
in your computer,
the contrast is I have 3 children. They'll come pounding on the door and they'll need a diaper changed, or they'll want me to come play Minecraft or whatever.
You're the best storyteller for them, for sure.
My wife is better.
What?
My wife is better because I have performance anxiety. I get to tell them a story. I'm like, all right, I need 5 minutes to outline. And then I need to revise it in my head. And by the time I'm ready to tell the story, they are going to bed. They're done. But my wife, she can improv and come up with this great story that they love. So.
Well, speaking about wives, my wife just texted me saying, "I'm so ashamed right now." Thank you so much for this. I've got to say that you're going to be in Colombo.
Yes.
In about some hours.
Yeah,
right?
7:30 at the FNAC.
Okay.
I'll be doing a signing, so people can come see me there, ask me their own questions, like your wife did.
Yeah.
And let's make sure I sign some books for her, okay?
Yeah. Há muitos livros do Brandon Sanderson à venda. Temos aqui apenas uma das trilogias mais conhecidas. Ele vai estar na FNAC do Colombo hoje às 7h30. Vocês podem passar por lá para assinar livros e, claro, para fazer algumas perguntas, tal como fez a minha mulher agora mesmo. Brandon, thank you so much.
Thank you for
having me. It was a great pleasure. You've got to sign this, please, for her.
Yes, let's do that. Oh, absolutely.
Adriana, Adreiana.
Okay, we'll
Thank you
get
so
to that.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Rita, é contigo agora.